Hey everybody, welcome back to Ovals and Oversharing. I'm Amalia.
And I'm Morgan, and today we have a super important topic on deck for y'all. We're going to do everything about fueling properly and our journey with food, so buckle up because it's going to be a good one.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Um,
How are we gonna get off?
yeah, so I guess, just to start off, we can just, talk about, our personal journey with food and, what that has looked like from, being a kid into now and, being college distance runners, and then, how has running kind of impacted all of that?
Yeah. Uh, Gosh. Okay, well, I feel like up until my junior year of high school, I wasn't even, aware of, food being something that could influence my running in any form or fashion. I kind of just ate whatever. Maybe it was more my sophomore year of high school. But up until that point, I was just I had no consciousness of food being a factor for anything. I just ate what I wanted when I wanted, as much as whatever I wanted. And then I started realizing that if I ate a little bit healthier, I might see some improvements in my running, which I still believe. I still think that eating relatively healthy diet is important for more than just your running, just your overall well-being.
It's like your body is your engine and you want to give it good fuel, so.
Yeah. That being said, everything in moderation, but then that slowly kind of spiraled into out of control, where I was trying to be so healthy to the point where I wasn't eating enough. And then that triggered the idea that I didn't want to eat enough so that I could look smaller or be smaller to be faster. And then I got hurt, and then I snapped out of that, which not everyone is lucky enough to just snap out of it, but I was able to. That being said, if you need more serious help, that's okay too.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
I realized it wasn't worth it. I was like, do you want to be fast, Amalia, or do you want to be small? I don't care.
Yeah, me and you both had this same come to Jesus moment. Yeah. I swear, because I said the same thing for mine. But yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. It's what was my priority? Did I want to be skinny or did I want to run in college?
Right.
One sounds a lot more fun.
Yeah, that's actually. But yeah, you are right. If you need, if you are struggling with that, or if you have struggled with that, and you do need professional help or whatever, there is nothing wrong with that, and that is a super important point that I think a lot of people appreciate, because it's not always an easy thing to just snap out of. But
yeah, and that being said, it did take me a few years to really readjust my mindset, and I think our first year of knowing each other, first year and a half of knowing each other, I was still coming out of that. There was period, I was vegan freshman year, and then which some people were oh, you're against veganism and animals, and no, I'm not against being vegan for that reason. I don't think being vegan as a way of self-control, controlling yourself, is using it as a reason to not eat enough. That's when veganism is not good.
Yeah,
being vegan because you love want to do that is a totally different topic.
That is actually so true.
But using it as something, as a way to eat less, is not good.
Yeah,
there's nothing good in that. And that's what I was doing, even though I was telling myself, I was no, this is good, this is extra healthy, you'll be extra healthy. And in reality, I just got weak and tired, and it literally felt all the time my muscles were suffocating, and I would be so dizzy when I stood up. And I was I think I talked to a coach about it, and he was I could tell you what your problem is. And I'm okay,
you need some protein, girl.
And then I remember my first night back eating meat or something, we made that fajita. And freaking dropped the entire salt shaker.
Oh my gosh, guys, it was actually so terrible. I actually could yak thinking about this because we had that nasty meat, and I guess I didn't know how to cook it, and so I dumped the whole salt thing, and I had the strainer over the meat under the water, like trying to rinse the salt off.
And then we were wiping it with paper towels and the spaghetti strainer, like washing the meat. Oh god,
that could have been like a sign, but like no. Oh, I totally forgot about that. That was terrible. I did not know how to cook fajitas.
Oh, but that was my journey back. And then after that, each like month was better and better. And I feel like after that, even my running, like I was slightly improving a little bit as my like eating habits got better.
Mm-hmm.
But then kind of once I got over that hump, I was like really improving in everything.
Yeah.
And not a correlation, I don't know what is.
You know what I like really loved though, like our freshman year, and like yeah, like you were like obviously like coming out of it, but we would have like race week, and we would, maybe this wasn't the best thing. No, it was a good thing because we were going overboard with the desserts in the cafeteria. Everything in moderation, guys. But we would limit ourselves to like what, I don't know, so many.
There were so many like treats accessible.
And they were so good.
And, like,
so good.
It was so easy to eat like too many.
Yeah.
It would have been like bad for our health.
No, yeah. So I think we like limited ourselves to like one a day or something. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But then on race week, we would be like, it's race week. Eat whatever you want. So like we would just like which this is actually such a healthy thing, even though like we didn't know what the frick we were doing, but like we'd be like, it's race week, so we have to eat a bunch, like, and it was just great.
We ate like a whole thing of ice cream each, and
yeah,
they still do. But
like the Talenti at Safeway.
Or when we go to meets and have like Olive Garden, and oh my gosh, do you remember that time it was your birthday?
Oh, the donuts.
And we literally ate till we were like didn't feel
well.
well.
That was awful, but I raced so good the next day.
We did. We both PR'd.
Yeah.
Going to sleep, I was like,
because we would go to I want to say we went to Olive Garden, had a full course meal plus dessert for my birthday, and then we went to Paletta Bar. Freaking Paletta Bar. Is that what it was called?
Yeah, which is like ice cream bars.
Oh my gosh, it was so good. Y'all, like, it was literally the best.
So good.
But
that was a core memory. But now, tell a little bit about your journey.
Yeah, so mine is a little bit similar. Like, I grew up figure skating, dancing, and my grandma would take me to practice like all the time. And, grandmas are just like, eat this, eat this, eat this. So we would like swing by like the Carl's Jr. or like the Burger King or like whatever. And like literally this was like a daily basis, fast food all the time. And then like for lunch, like she'd pack me a lunch for like at the rink, and I'd have like PB&J, a candy bar, a pop, like chips, like all the best, Little Debbie's, like the best things ever. And like I didn't think anything of it. I think I'd like have like freaking donuts for like breakfast too. We'd go get it. Anyways, my grandma's the best, seriously. And so like I was eating good. And then started running, and like not until high school, like I didn't really think anything of it. I also would just like eat whatever I wanted, even on race day. I didn't care. And like I would just yak, but like it was fine. And then we get to like I want to say it was my senior year of high school. And, like, this is not my mom's fault at all, but, like, this is, like, so she took me to this, like, vegan festival, like, and it was, like, people teaching you how to, like, cook vegan meals, and it had samples everywhere. It was fun, whatever, and I was like, I'm gonna go vegan. This is gonna be epic. And so I remember, like, my friend Shelby and I were like, okay, we're gonna be vegan together or whatever. Created this like food Instagram even, and it was like the most rancid meals ever. It was so terrible. And I remember telling my dad, I was like, I'm gonna go vegan for like at least this season, like it's gonna be great. The first thing he does is like cook steak for dinner, and like we don't have steak is like a delicacy in my house. So I was like, this man is so evil. But honestly, it was probably for the best. Like, shout out to Dad, because shout out to Pops. Because like he was like, this girl is so stupid. But decided to go vegan, and it actually, I was running really well and then towards the end of the season, like, I started tanking really hard and, like, did the worst at state that I've ever done in high school. And then after state, I was actually driving to school and I, like, blacked out. And, like, on the like, in the ditch, I woke up in the ditch and I was like, what the frick just happened? I went to, like, the doctor and got, like, all my blood work done. Turns out, like, my iron was super low. I think it was at, like, a 6. And, like, if you don't know, your iron should be at least at, like, I don't know, like, what? Yeah, like, 30 is probably, like, healthy, you know? But yeah, it was super low. And then they kind of were like, yeah, you, like, everything is super low. And they were like, are you eating enough? And I was like, yeah, like, of course I am. And then they're like, okay, you're clearly not. And if you want to, like, do everything you want to do, you need to eat. And so, like, what you said, like, I literally had this, like, literally went home that night and, like, had this, like, switch. And I was like, okay, if I want to, like, do this and, like, be a good athlete, like, I need to, like, actually feel properly. And, like, it was, like, it wasn't, like, an easy, like, whatever. Like, I think I still had kind of a hard time with it. Like, so I was still, like, super healthy, like, even after that. And, like, I worked at this, like, fast food restaurant. Like, I was, like, a little car hop or whatever. And, like, I would, like, get home from work and just, like, binge so hard. And it was, like, actually really bad. Because then I was, like, just depriving myself the rest of the week, you know? And then on my one rest day, I'd be like, okay, I can, like, treat myself. But it was, like, no, if I had just had balance in my life, maybe it would have been a little bit better, you know? And then in, like, college, like, I think we got really lucky at Adams with, like, the whole culture of the team. And, like, people, like, nobody's ever, like, been here that's, like, promotes, like, unhealthy eating habits, you know? And even, like, our and, like, coaches and stuff.
Like, looked so healthy. Like, we had such a range of people to be inspired by. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Strong women that, like, were doing incredible things.
Yeah. And, like, yeah, like, even from the time we got here, like, we'd have team dinners and, like, the people that we looked up to, it was, like, just pounding pasta, you know, the day before a race. And, like, yeah.
Or, like, tea parties. Like, they were eating all
cake. Oh, my gosh. Where the whole team would leave and be like, I feel so sick. But, like, I don't know. I think we got lucky because, like, a lot of like, there's so many, oh, my gosh, sorry. There's just, like, so many schools that don't promote healthy eating things. So
yeah, I also think we got pretty lucky. Like, honestly, with all the coaches I've ever had, like, I've never been weighed. Yeah. I've never been, like, told to eat any differently. Like, it was more so on my own discovery that I wanted to eat less or, like, do all these things. But right. I never had a coach that encouraged that, which is really positive.
Yeah, no, for sure. And, like, yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say, but
yeah, pretty similar stories.
That's funny. Honestly, I think it's funny because you're like, I had this realization I wanted to be good, and I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, me too. Like, it's like when you, and I don't know, like, and maybe that'll help somebody, you know. It's like, yeah, like, you kind of have to, like, okay, what do I care about right now? Do I care about looking like the fastest person on the line? Because, like, I'll say this all the time, like, I really don't think I look like a traditional runner, you know, like, I'm, like, a little bit more, like, bulkier or whatever, but like
but, like, even then, like, I was talking with my current coach last week, and we were like, people always compare themselves to, like, the pros or, like, the high level D1 athletes because they see them online and stuff. And then you see them in person and they look normal.
Yeah, that's true. That's, like, actually so true.
Yeah, like, I don't know who I saw. I walked past one of the New Balance girls. I don't remember. And I was like, oh, like, I thought she was, like, 6 feet tall and, like, a stick. But, like, in person, like, she looked so healthy. And I was like,
yeah.
It shows that, like, even on social media, like, pictures of people don't always look exactly how they are in person. And
I think, like, also, like, when you see pictures of people, like, especially the professionals, it's like, okay, you have to think about, first of all, their lifestyle. They probably have nutritionists that have their diet down to a T, you know? So it's like they're eating clean, but it's, like, perfect for them. And then on top of that, it's usually race photos or workout photos where, like, they're freaking, like, flexing, You know?
Like, I'm not gonna post a picture on my Instagram where I'm like down step with like like my face, my cheeks are like hanging down over my mouth.
No,
like,
literally. So like
yeah.
you do have to think about those things. And then it's like, yeah, just don't compare yourself. Like, I think you're gonna run your best when you feel healthy. Like, there's been times like that I've tried to, you know, like go get down to race weight or like, you know, taper for a race. I'm gonna cut this and this out. And I end up racing like booty whenever I do that. But I race so good when I'm like full of pasta the night before and like making sure I'm eating like a ton of potatoes and carbs and stuff like the week of, you know, and like I don't know, I think there's a lot to be said for that. So
yeah, I remember there was like a race, it was like our first or second year, and I was like, it was like at 3 p.m. and I was like, all I'm gonna eat is like 2 granola bars because I want to feel like skinny on the
wasn't this V-Hill?
Yeah.
Because I remember this, yeah.
And I got there and I felt so weak.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever felt that weak in a race. I ran like 3 minutes off of my 5K PR.
Yeah,
I had to stop and walk. I like didn't even make the travel team. It was awful. Like, there's such a clear correlation between fueling well and running well.
Literally.
And underfueled and sucking at running.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, yeah, you're not going to run well without energy. And the only way you're going to get energy is literally through eating. So, like,
literally.
And I don't know what we were thinking because it's like, oh, yeah, we're just not going to eat because, like, we don't want our stomachs to hurt. Okay, what would you do in high school when, like, you had a afternoon, like, you know? I don't know.
I need a freaking foot-long Subway sandwich.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me like, and you also, like, we're, like, so notorious for, like, egging each other on for just crazy things.
Yeah.
So we needed somebody to talk us down from that, but that's okay. You live and you learn.
Yeah, if there's any moral to any of these stories, it's that really, like, underfueling is not
gonna work.
Don't believe anyone that says that. It's so not true.
Yeah.
You might feel good for a month and then you're not gonna be running well. So
it's gonna be heartbreaking.
Do I want to run fast or do I want to, like, look skinny? Because you want to be. People are like, oh, but I want to look fast. I'm like, do you want to look fast or do you want to be fast?
Yeah, and there's like such a body dysmorphia component to that because, like, you are the only person who's gonna notice like little things like that. Like, I don't feel like you're ever on your period and you're like, oh my gosh, I like literally feel so fat and I am fat, and like I get that all the time. And then it's like I'll look at pictures and I'm like, you actually don't look any different to like the normal person. Like, you are the only person noticing about that. So
yeah, we are so hard on ourselves.
Yeah,
like, people never notice these things except us.
No, so. Literally, yeah.
And it's not always like, sometimes there's still even times where I like even a few weeks ago I was like, oh, like, I wonder if I've like gained weight. And like, I'm old enough now and I'm out of it that I was like, honestly, I'm PRing. And even if I do gain weight, who the frick cares? Because I'm running faster than I ever have.
No,
so,
literally.
Like, that matter.
I don't know if you like have a scale in your apartment, but like I don't, because like I think that's probably just a setup for me to spiral sometimes.
Yeah. I don't either. And
especially because like I have found myself like fighting like just bad thoughts from like not running for the past couple of months, you know? And like I'm like, well, I'm not running, so like, no, you're on the mother trucking ski machine more than like your teammates are on foot running, so like you need to eat, you know? Like, just because you're not running doesn't give you an excuse to like underfuel.
Right, literally. And that was another thing. Like, when I was hurt, when I first had my first ever injury, I was like, I'm not gonna eat because then I'm gonna gain weight because I'm not running. And I was like, it just prolonged the injury because you have no fuel to heal whatever's hurt.
Yeah, that's like, actually so facts.
There's nothing going there to help it. Like, it's muscles and your muscles need food.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, you're still working out. It's still hard on your body. Like,
literally. And even if you're taking a whole 2 weeks off, cat is going crazy. But even if you take a whole 2 weeks off and you don't do anything, you're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Like, nothing is going to change.
Yeah,
you
for sure.
Like, eat less. Like, you're trying to recover. And the only way you're going to recover is to eat a lot. So,
Yeah.
That's that.
That's us on the soapbox right there. Okay, well, I guess going along with that, what are some basic principles that you do follow every day to like make sure you're fueling enough? I keep having the hiccups.
I always make sure to eat before a run.
Me too.
Always. Even if it's like
a granola bar.
5 o'clock in the morning and I have 15 minutes before I have to leave, I will eat a piece of bread. Like anything, something. Anything is better than nothing. And then eating within 30 minutes of finishing your run. Something, anything. A protein shake, I don't care.
Yeah.
Something. And then always at least 3 meals, but usually I have more.
Yeah.
Or snacks. But that's all I can think of right now.
No, yeah. That's like literally the same for me. I like it was actually funny on Friday I was rolling up to the tempo and I like granola bar in mouth, like carrying all my stuff, like walking into the bubble, but I was like chowing it down real fast right before practice. But yeah, like I definitely try to eat something, like even if it's usually something pretty carb heavy, like if it's like a muffin or a piece of bread or like fruit snacks or anything, you know, with like a lot of sugar right before I run. And then after, I also try to follow like the 30-minute rule. I love a good chocolate milk protein shake, anything like that. And then like usually I run in the afternoon, so it's like while I'm cooking dinner, I'm snacking, and then I have dinner. And so there was a nutritionist that came and talked to us like our freshman or sophomore year, and was it a she or he? I think it was a she. But she was like, you should be shooting for 6 meals a day.
Yeah.
And so like not 6 meals, but like breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, snack, and like so 6 different times you're at least eating. And like obviously that's a little easier said than done, but I do think that's a super good rule of thumb. And then I guess the other thing like I would say is like focus on carbs more than anything. Like we're not trying to like, you know, go on a weight loss journey here or like eat high protein. Like we're runners, we're distance athletes. Like you're burning carbs like so fast, and if you're not getting enough carbs, like the protein and everything else is gonna not do you any good. So it's like I feel like I've tried to just focus on getting enough carbs more than anything this year. Like Andrew's brother actually was like kind of the initiator of that, but he was like carbs, and like I really do think it made me feel better this cross country season. So yeah, it's kind of I don't know.
Definitely. No, I definitely agree. Like even just like any run over 9 miles now, I have to take a goo or a snack or something.
Yeah.
Because like even that is somewhere where I can physically and immediately feel the difference between like
achy
a bit
legs.
of fuel. Like at 9 miles, anything after that, I start feeling like I might like weak, like I'm hitting a wall, like my legs have nothing left in them. I'm tired. But if I have a snack around like 5-6 miles into a 10-mile run, the run is like a whole different ball game, and I can finish strong.
Yeah.
I can recover better afterwards. And I feel like that is such a good example of a little short-term effect of fueling.
That actually is so true. Like, yeah, because, like, when I've been on a long run and, like, I feel I, like, I'm not going to bonk, you know? And, like, that's another good rule of thumb. It's, like, 90 minutes. If you're going to be out there for 90 minutes or more, you should probably be eating something. And, like, it doesn't even have to be a goo. It can be fruit snacks or candy or just something. And it's, like, I know we say, like, everything in moderation, but, like, carbs are everything. Bad carbs, good carbs, carbs are carbs. Like, that's kind of what I think of. Like, if I'm going to drink a pop, like, I don't care. It's just free carbs, you know? Like, it's just easy, so...
No, I totally agree. I once had a professional nutritionist tell me that, because I did have, like, a nutritionist for a bit to, like, kind of help me get out of this. But, he told me, he was like, if you take anything away from us, like, talking weekly, I want you to know that, like, it's better to eat enough of, like, bad foods, like, in quotation marks, but then to underfuel with good foods. Like, he literally told me, he was like, was like, I love Oreos. He's like, it would be better for you to eat over your daily calorie amount, whatever that is, to like be eating more than you're burning in Oreos than it would be to underfuel with salad.
Right,
like,
right.
Yeah, it's better to have enough
Yeah.
than to have perfectly healthy.
Well, yeah, because I think that's what people get twisted, you know? It's like, I'm going to be vegan and I'm going to eat whatever. And, like, yeah, there's, like, vegetables and fruit is carbs. Like, that's what it is. But it's like, I don't think a lot of people realize, like, how many vegetables and fruits you have to eat to get enough carbs. Versus, like, having some Oreos or, you know, anything, like, is going to make you hit that easier. So it's like, don't obviously, like, maybe try not to eat your whole daily amount in Oreos.
Yeah, you know, like, that could lead to some issues health-wise later on down the line.
Like, you might just get sick a lot.
Yeah, but, like, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that is, like, a good thing to keep in mind. It's like, okay, eating healthy is great, but make sure you're eating enough.
Yeah. Because that was definitely, like, my struggle with being vegan. Like, if I could do it and have it be feasible for my, like, personal health, I would. Like, I would love to.
Right.
But it's not, like, something I can do with, like, my schedule or my running. Like, 85 miles a week and stuff, like, I'm sure someone's out there doing it well, but the amount of quantity of food you have to eat.
And, like, thought about it, because, like, different foods pair together to get, like, what is it?
Amino acids.
Yes,
and, like,
yeah.
Full protein. And, like, props to people who can do it well. But if you're, and, like, for the environment or the animals, but if you're doing it to restrict and you're just not going to get enough in. Like, it's so hard. You have to be so intentional with it.
Yeah. And, like, just, for me, like, I'm picky. I'm so picky. Like, I don't know why I thought, oh, I'll go vegan. This is going to be a great idea for me. Because then I just wouldn't eat, because I was like, well, that doesn't sound good to me. But I can't eat the steak, or I can't have milk or eggs, and, like, I feel like I'm a big, like, animal product girl. Like, I like milk. I like real milk, and I like cheese, and I like all of these, like, I like, you know, and it's like, okay, I'm not gonna,
I just don't think, like, diets that are negative in any manner, like, in your mind, are gonna help you.
Yeah.
Like, low carb, high protein, like, no. If you're running a lot, you need a lot.
It's also, like,
don't restrict yourself.
Yeah, and don't, like, don't forget about the, like, mental toll it takes, you know? Like, running is already hard. And, like, it's already such a mental sport. And then you're gonna add your eating on top of that. Like, if it's seriously, like, hard for you to, like, do this and restrict yourself, like, that's probably a good sign that maybe take a step back. But
yeah,
I don't know.
Definitely.
So, with that being said, what are your easiest go-to recipes on a weekly basis, I guess?
Oh, I guess I have, like, a yogurt bowl pretty much every day.
Oh, yeah.
It's something I've been really liking. So I'll do, like, big scoop of Greek yogurt, and then granola, cereal, 2 to 3 types of fruit, some honey, peanut butter, and cinnamon.
Fire.
So
that's
my big go-to post-run meal currently. And it's pretty easy.
Yeah. So. I think yogurt bowls are, like, or, like, smoothie bowls or whatever, like, that's a great way to, like, if it's hard, because it's hard for me to eat after I run sometimes. But, like, drinking something is, like, way easier. So I think that's actually pretty good, especially if you load it up. If you don't load it up, then you're getting the scary.
Like, the smoothie bowl needs, like, cereal and granola topping and peanut butter and all the good stuff. Then you get all the textures.
For sure. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. I don't know what else. Oh, lately after my track workouts, this is not good, but I've been buying a protein shake from the vending machine at the New Balance track. They're kind of expensive. Stop.
Dude, vending machines will get... You know who's a sucker for vending machines is Andrew. Loves a vending machine snack.
But like, oh, I can't, like, I'm literally like, okay, I'm not gonna get one, and then I'm halfway through the workout, I'm like, it's so good. And I get one.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, they're so good though.
Snack,
yeah. Nothing hits though like a cold protein shake. Like the ones that are already made. Ugh.
And I'm like kind of thirsty and hungry, so I'm like, oh, I'm hitting 2 balls at once. Like, this is great.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, those are my go-to right now, though. Like, I have them almost every day. So
I think a go-to for me is like a naan bread pizza every day for lunch. That's literally my lunch every single day.
Yummy.
And it's so easy, so yummy, and like I have like my little routine with it. Like I'll like get the oven going, put the sauce, put it together, put it in the oven, go take Pepper out, take him on a little walk, and come back, and boom, lunch is ready. So, yeah, that's definitely a go-to. Cause I hate sandwiches. I hate like traditional lunch food. I don't like it. And
lunch is always like, I don't like lunch. I just have second breakfast.
Yeah. Yeah, so I have to like be creative.
Yeah, for sure. I feel that.
And then like I guess like a easy dinner that's like a go-to for us. We call it hobo stew. But it's literally just like, that's actually probably not a good name. Sorry, I'm not trying to be offensive.
No, it's okay.
Don't cancel us.
We could call it garbage can stew.
Okay, yeah. It's literally just like onions, peppers, sausage, sauteed up with like a side of potatoes and like baked beans. And it's so easy, and it's got like so many carbs, and I feel like it gets all your good stuff. And yeah, so that's a staple meal. Like every week we have that. But yeah, those are probably like the most go-to recipes that I do. Yeah. And smoothie bowls. I've been a big smoothie bowl girl. I actually have one right here. It's like half gone.
I feel like when it's warmer I am, but it's just too cold. I come back and like, if I had a smoothie bowl a few weeks ago, and I was just like, it felt like my bones were cold. Like,
yeah, that's fair.
I was like, oh, I'm so cold. But
yeah, they're just an easy like yeah, because I don't like protein shake. Like I don't like to make my own protein shakes, and I don't want to spend the money on it. So I'm like, okay, I'll just grind up some smoothie real fast and eat that after a run. So, but yeah. And we don't have vending machines that have protein shakes in them here, so nobody can pull me there. All right, so what does a normal day of eating look like for you now?
Okay. I wake up and I eat 2 to 3 pieces of toast with peanut butter, and I have a cup of coffee with oat milk, and then I go run. And then I come back, and I usually have a yogurt bowl with all the fixins and another oat milk coffee. But I usually do half calf always, so I'm never actually drinking a full cup of coffee. And then I'll probably have a snack, and then I'll have, like, a lunch at, like, 1 or 2 p.m. And that'll be, like, could be toast again, could be a smoothie bowl, could be yogurt bowl, could be oatmeal. I like having oatmeal. I really don't like lunch foods. I'd prefer to have just like second breakfast food, but something different than what I had previously. And then usually I'm like off then. I'm off at work or class or something, so I take some sort of granola bar and like an apple or banana with me. So I'll usually be gone for like 2 to 3 hours or around that. Have that, and then if I'm gone for a longer time, I'll take a peanut butter jelly sandwich with all that as well. Come back, have dinner, which is usually like pasta and meat sauce is a classic, chili, with cornbread, something like that, potatoes and fish, I don't know.
Far.
And then I always have a little treat before bed, so a little candy bar or some ice cream or anything, something, every night, can't go to bed without it. And then like tea. So
yes, the dessert with tea combo is unmatched.
Oh,
so freaking good. Ugh. Yeah, that's great.
What's yours?
So I wake up, I usually have like an everything bagel with cream cheese or waffles. Depends on if I'm like if I have like a training session on deck, it's waffles with syrup. Like yeah. Just like I don't know. But if I'm just going straight to work, everything bagel, cream cheese. And then obviously a coffee. And then for lunch, I'll have my little naan bread pizza with usually like some chips, like a banana and like fruit snacks or something. and then I'll take like with me back to work, like either like a granola bar or fruit snacks, probably both, usually fruit snacks. I'm a freaking sucker for fruit snacks.
That's okay, they're good.
They're so good. Or like, yeah, just like quick little snack, and then usually go back to practice, and then come home and have like, we usually have chocolate milk, or I'll like make a quick smoothie or something, and then dinner, which is, basic. Another like staple is, I guess, like rice bowls, like chicken, same. Rice with like veggies, with like recently homemade peanut Thai sauce, peanut.
Oh yes,
so good. With like chicken good. And like purple cabbage and carrots and so good. Anyways,
that's a staple for us.
Yes, so good. And then I usually, if we have it around, I will always be fiending for like a sweet treat. But sometimes we're
I know when we're out, I have to get creative. I'm like, okay, I'll have a toast with peanut butter and cinnamon and sugar.
Or like it's like toaster waffles again, like for dessert, you know.
That's something. Like I'm having a treat of like even if I have to get chef creative, like.
No, like I remember when we were like sophomores or juniors, I would make a microwave mug cake. Yeah. Those were actually so good, and I should do that again.
I'm literally thinking that I have all the ingredients right now, so that's a win for me tonight.
Those are 10 out of 10 recommend. If you're listening, make a mug cake. So
that's a recipe we should recommend is mug cake.
Yeah.
Just Google it. Google mug cake.
Whatever flavor you want. And get creative. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah, no, we were definitely never measuring anything correctly, but it just tasted good.
So good. Yes, make a mug cake. You earned it.
You listen to this podcast up to this point, make a mug cake.
Yeah, life-changing. Okay, definitely doing that tonight, for sure. All right, pre-race meal. And let's do, day of and day before.
Okay. Day before, I try to keep it pretty normal, actually, nowadays. Because, like, so many of my meets are here.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm living my normal life.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
And I'm like, I don't know, sometimes I'm like, well, you do a great workout after you eat chili. So,
cool.
If I have chili, I'm just going to have it for free meat. But when we're, like, traveling, like, I'd like to have pasta of some sort. Because I know that, like, if I'm eating out, pasta's not going to hurt my stomach.
That's true.
Like, I don't want to have spicy chili from a place I've never been. I like it when I have it at home because I know that it won't hurt my stomach. But, so pasta when I'm traveling the night before. And treat. I go out for ice cream. Even if I'm racing in town, I walk down to my ice cream place and I have 2 scoops of ice cream, 2 flavors, every time before race. Far. Just saying, I've been doing that all season. I've been doing good every race.
I think a lot of professional runners are like, I have ice cream before I race.
Like, a little treat. Like, I'm not eating like a 6-foot tall ice cream cone. Like, you know, like something, a little bit.
It's not good. Yeah, no, you earned it. It's like a little celebration. Like, yay, it's race day tomorrow.
Extra fuel. Like,
exactly.
It's gonna make turbo jet fuel.
Yeah.
And then on race day, very simple. I literally, until I'm done racing, I will only consume oatmeal.
Really? That's interesting.
Okay, that being said, like, I can have other things.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I have oatmeal with banana, raisins, maybe like blueberries or something, peanut butter, honey, and that's it. And then my coffee with oat milk. Duh. And then I have, like, if I'm racing at like 1 or 2 p.m., I'll have 2 bowls of oatmeal, like 2 hours in the morning, 2 coffees, and then I will take like a granola bar to the track in case I'm like feeling a little bit weak.
I do the same thing. Yeah. Like even if it's just like a bite or something.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like mental, but
I'd rather have like a little bit of fullness in my stomach and like maybe have a little bit of stomach problem than to feel weak.
That's literally the same. Yeah, I agree. Which like I know people are different that way, you know? Like like we've had teammates that were always like, I would rather have nothing in my stomach. Like I'm just too sensitive. I mean, like that's fine, but yeah, I'm the same. I don't I don't want to feel weak at all. I want to feel
Mm-mm.
just a little
I'd rather
bit full.
be like sitting in a big poop.
Yeah, literally.
And feel any sort of weakness.
Yeah. I agree with that 100%. That's great.
What's yours?
Okay, so day before, I'm pretty basic. I like pasta or pizza. And like I also like Chipotle a lot before a race, like a big old burrito. That seems to work pretty good too.
That's a classic.
Yeah, so like those would be my 3 go-tos. And then the day of, like it depends on when I'm racing, but I obviously start the day off with like a pretty decent breakfast. Always coffee, and then like it kind of just depends on what they have at the hotel, but usually like yogurt and a English muffin or bagel or something, and then maybe a banana if they have that. And then if I have like an afternoon race, I usually just eat like half a PB&J and like a banana or something, and then like a granola bar or something. And then if it's like a night race, I'll have a pretty big sandwich like for lunch, and then a snack before the race, like a granola bar or piece of bread or something, and then the race. So that's kind of always a Red Bull, also 70 minutes out. It's part of my personality, so
yeah, I feel like we're pretty relatively similar.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, yeah.
All right, here's some rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Ice cream or pastries?
Oh, ice cream. I had this debate recently. Ice cream.
I'm a big pastry girl. I really don't like ice cream that much. I'll eat it, you know?
I'll eat either. You're gonna give me either. I'll eat. No complaints here.
Yeah, but I'm never craving ice cream, you know? I'm like, but I'm always craving like a muffin or a cookie or a donut or something. So, I don't know. Andrew's a big ice cream guy, and he's always like, let's go get ice cream. I'm like, I want to go to the Safeway pastry place.
Oh, that's so fair.
So
ice cream with chunks in it is my preferred.
Okay, yeah, like a good Ben and Jerry's.
Like a big, like, chunks of chocolate and, like, nuts. And then that's...
I will say, if somebody's like, we're going to Dairy Queen, I'm like, all right, count me in.
Going to Dairy Queen.
The Heath Blizzard is, like, top tier. The best.
So good. So good.
Okay, chocolate or candy?
Chocolate. Not a candy girl. I'm not.
That's interesting. I don't know what my answer is actually here. It really depends on the day.
Yeah, but that's fair.
But you're like a big dark chocolate girl.
I do. Like, I actually genuinely prefer it. I feel like milk chocolate is, like, too sweet for me sometimes, where I'm like... And don't even get me started on white chocolate. That's where the line is drawn. That tastes like rubber in my mouth.
I hate white chocolate. Like,
I can't.
It gives me like a headache. So sweet.
Oh yeah, I remember this. I remember you telling me.
I hate it.
I know Raina loves the white chocolate.
The freaking Hershey. The Hershey cookies and cream. I don't know why she likes those so much, but
I don't, but I way prefer chocolate. I don't. I like Nerds gummy clusters, but only like 5 at a time. Otherwise, I genuinely have made myself sick from eating too many of those.
I love the Sour Patch watermelons. I think that's my favorite candy ever. And like the Skittles wild berry flavor. Those are so good too. But sometimes I do like chocolate more. Like a Snickers bar. That's like my favorite thing ever. I'm not a dark chocolate person. So that's where we're different. But
oh, you know what I do like though is like gummy, like not Sour Patch. I don't like that like more chewy gummy. I like gummy worms.
Like the Haribo?
Yeah. Oh, Haribo.
Haribo. Okay, that's...
Oh, yeah.
See, I think... Sorry, but I think that's overrated. I think those are, like, bottom tier candies. I don't like them that much. I like... But that's... Maybe it's the difference, you know? I like the Sour Patch, like, chewy.
Yeah.
I like to like stuck to my teeth.
I can't... No, that, like, I can't... Like, growing up as a kid, like, my parents wouldn't even buy fruit snacks because, like, they'd always stay in my lunchbox because I didn't like them getting stuck in my teeth. Unless it was, like, gummy worm, like, texture. But I didn't like...
Kind of makes sense.
The more chewy.
I'm always, like, swishing water around in my mouth to try to get... That's actually disgusting, but... I'm like... I have like shite in my teeth.
Oh,
That's funny. Okay, this one's kind of random, but
okay.
Kombucha or coffee?
Oh, coffee.
Yeah, me
All
too,
the way.
for sure.
Yeah, I love a kombucha.
I also love a
If you
kombucha.
told me that I had to never drink kombucha again, but I could have
Okay,
coffee.
that's actually so fair. Yeah, like kombucha's
Like-
good. I'm actually Andrew and I were trying to make our own kombucha.
Oh.
We have a SCOBY that's gonna be en route to this
Oh.
location soon.
That's scary. Good luck.
Yeah, I know. It'll be good. I'm excited.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Coffee, I'm also could not live without coffee. I
Coffee
crave
all
it.
the way, forever.
It's like 9 p.m. at night, and I'm like, I wish I had decaf because I'm craving a coffee right now.
Decaf. I literally ran out of decaf. I have to go tomorrow because the place was closed today. But
Yeah.
literally going before my run, like I'm waking up and that's the first thing I'm doing is going to get coffee tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like ground beans. So
It's like, do you ever get excited the night before, like the morning, just
Every
for your coffee, the morning coffee? Ugh.
every literally, especially when I have to wake up at 5:30 in the morning. The coffee I make it the same every day, but at 5:30 it
Dude.
tastes so
Okay,
good.
no, you're so right about that though. Like, so
So-
if I have like a busy morning, we just set the pot, like the timer, and it just like goes automatically. And as soon as I wake up, I can like smell the coffee. And oh my gosh, a warm cup of coffee early in the morning, just so much better than like any other time of the day.
Oh, so good.
It's like, it just like sets your
I
soul.
I reminisce on it.
Yeah.
As I went to practice, I'm like, oh, it was so good.
Literally.
Oh,
Yeah, I love a good coffee. All right,
yeah.
another random one. Last one. What is your favorite kind of chip?
Oh, remember when we got in a fight? Said like chips.
Oh, for the camping trip, Amalia was. No, you were trying to be like, well, Sarah doesn't like chips.
I don't even know what my like goal with that like being sassy
Oh.
was. Like, I don't-
That was so funny. That was literally. This is like a story time, but we went on this like girls camping trip, like the whole team right before practice started one year, and we went grocery shopping, and there was like 3 or 4 of us, and we were picking out chips, normal Doritos or something, and Amalia was like, well, I don't like chips, and we were like, okay, then you get your own mother trucking chips, and then Amalia was like, well, I know Sarah also doesn't like chips, so like there's gonna be an
I think I
issue.
literally made that up. Like,
And then like I remember like being at the camping trip and like it was just like the running joke, like Sarah doesn't like chips. Like because that was actually so
like chips.
yeah. But it was like the pop
Yeah.
chips, but those are so good.
Those are probably my favorite chips.
Yeah, the white cheddar ones are my favorite flavor.
Oh no, because I don't like cheese, but
Oh,
any
yeah.
of the other flavors I like.
Yeah,
Um,
those are pretty good.
I mean, I'll eat any chip, but if I have to like go get a snack, like I'm not gonna pick chips.
Yeah.
But chips and salsa is good.
Chips and salsa always hits. I think my
Mhm.
favorite kind of chip is like a good sour cream and cheddar Ruffles or something. Something real
Actually,
unhealthy.
I've never had that flavor because it reminds me of
You really probably wouldn't like it. It's like very cheesy, fake.
no,
Um.
I don't like cheesy. Nothing cheesy. No cheese.
But if I'm ever craving chips, I'm craving that. Or the Gardetto. How do you say that?
Oh, stop! I like those.
That's probably that's like my road trip
Like-
snack.
Chex Mix is its brother.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It goes
Those
like
I like.
Chex Mix is like a little bit below those for me.
yeah,
But
because they have less of those brown circle things.
yeah.
I like those.
But the bowl Chex Mix, that's where you get me. I love the bowl Chex. It's like just more seasoning, pretty much. Gives you good
Oh.
heartburn.
Oh, that's good. That's
Like-
good.
But yeah.
Nice. Well-
yeah, that's all. That's all I have. That's all we have.
So remember to fuel your body.
Seriously,
And-
most important part. You're not gonna
Yeah.
run. Your body can only run so long without proper fuel.
Yeah,
It's like a car.
exactly. So
The gas
ask
light will
yourself,
go off.
do you want to be skinny or do you want to be fast? And I promise you, it's a lot more fun being fast.
And you're already skinny. I promise you that also.
You're beautiful and
Perfect.
fast. You can run a lot, and you should be happy with who you are. So,
yes.
With that, fuel your body, and we'll see you next week.
All right, bye everybody. Love you all. Goodbye.